Doom, 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 doom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, gee. Dirty, dusty. Dirty, dusty tea. From the salty, salty sea. Yeah. From the salty sea. Such a gopher. Such a weird little gopher. Such a weird little gopher. Happy Doge. Going over to Susan's house. Can't be alone tonight. Going over to Susan's house, walking south down Baxter Street. Nothing hiding behind this picket fence. There's a crazy old woman who smashes bottles on the sidewalk ever since her house burned down. People say that back then, she really wasn't that crazy. Boom, 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 boom. Going over to Susan's house, she's gonna make it right. Boom, 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 doo 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 doo. Going over to Susan's house, can't be alone tonight. Continuing along Baxter Street, I see a girl walking with a stroller who can't be a day over 17 years old. And I think to myself, the baby must be her sister. That must be her sister, right? They go into the 7-Eleven, and I keep walking. Going over to Susan's house, she's gonna make it right. Back in Fresno, yeah, 12 hours plus on the road yesterday. Pink or blue slushies? Blue. Blue is the best, man. Blue raspberry. Have you ever had like an actual blue raspberry? They're fucking delicious, man. They're very rare. But you get an actual blue raspberry in you, it's like, fuck. It's like you've never had a raspberry, dude. It took me like 2 seconds to find your hotel you were at, Crescent City Ocean Lodge. You wasted your 2 seconds. I don't know what to tell you. I love it when people think they know what's what. It's the cutest thing. Blue ras slushies. Yeah. Yeah. It was blue raspberry. Do 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 boom 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 boom. Yeah, no. Like, I like to I like to do outdoor streams and stuff, and so it's, you know, I'm not too worried about people finding where I might be. I know what's what, asshole. Damn. I chew blue raspberry gum in these live streams instead of smoking. Do you really? That's interesting. I know you said outdoor, but it sounded like you said Al Gore. What? What? Did I miss Paul talking about Trump's guilty verdict? No, we haven't talked about anything yet. I've literally just really poorly tried to recite a song called Susan's House for the first 5 minutes of the show, and I fucked it all up. And then now we're talking about. I don't even know what we're talking about. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm fucking lost. Ugh. Do 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 do. That song sucks. That's mean. Take a left on Echo Park. A kid asks, "Do I want some crack?" TV sets are spewing Baywatch through the windows into black. That song is dope, dude. That song is dope, dude. Favorite Humble Pie song? I don't really like Humble Pie all that much. I'm gonna be honest with you. Love the shirt though. No, I got this shirt because my stepdad is a huge Humble Pie fan, and I knew it would make him jelly that I got a cool Humble Pie shirt. I'm not a huge Humble Pie fan. Could I super chat you, please? Nope. Yeah, I don't charge money here. There's no money exchanged between you and I. We're just hanging out. All right, we're not adding that layer of capitalism onto this one. I make money doing other things. Okay. My other show, the answer will always be yes. Okay. Please do super chat. Please do join the Patreon. But here, keep your wallet closed. Okay. We're just talking. We're just talking. This is not about money. I'll be back. Going over to Susan's house. What's the problem? Going over to Susan's house. Ooh, sorry about that. You ever have a morning poop sneak up on you? I did. It just happened to me. Just snuck up on me. Had to go drop one off. Sorry. No, that's TMI. It's TMI. People don't want to think about me pooping. Do. Are y'all having a presidential debate show? If there's a debate, I still think there will not be a debate. But yeah, I mean, fuck yeah. If these two diaper poopers actually get in the room together to like flail at each other, you bet your ass we're doing a show. You bet your ass we're doing a show. A reapy do. Ah. You know who Will Kincaid is? I do not. Still support President Seago. Yeah, that's true. I agree with you, Paul. That debate ain't gonna happen. I know, duder. I ain't not a fucking chance. Yeah, Biden can be like, I don't want to damage the reputation of America by putting a felon on the debate stage and letting him debate in the political process as if he's not, you know, it'll be something. Trust me, guys. Or it'll be like Trump is sentenced to like he has to stay at home or something, so he won't be able to make it, and he'll say something like, "Crooked Biden didn't want to face me, and so he used flip-flopper Judge E. Jean Carroll to trump up a charge so that I couldn't make it. Blah, blah, blah." Trust me, this ain't fucking happening. It just ain't fucking happening, bro. Sir, who is this Susan? Susan's House is just a song by a band called Eels. I'm in the same place I normally am. I'm just sitting in a different spot because the sun is fucking hot today and I'm trying to be in the shade. Just dropped a new track. Who the what? Say what? Whew. You remember the Valley Girl accent? Like, oh my god, of course I do. I grew up around it. Everything has to be like all blended together. Oh my god. I went down to the fucking store and this guy was there. He's so fucking gross. Ew. Yeah. I do remember it. Do you have a favorite fruit? Greg Gutfield. Oh, you meant like an actual fruit, like an edible fruit. I don't know, man. Strawberries, I guess. Ever had a BS job you knew you were gonna quit soon, just not sure when, debating whether just to quit today? No. For what it's worth, every job I've ever had, I've attacked like a gladiator, dude. I look at it and I go like, okay, this is my job. I better do it. Like I don't have like a whole graveyard of small jobs in my past. I have long jobs. So I'm definitely not the guy to ask about just like quitting one day. I've never done that. Oh, some military jets. You're sexy. I don't know about that, Sophie. I mean, I appreciate the confidence boost, but I'm pretty fat and old. Yeah, that was a three F-16s in fighting formation. Sexy at heart. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm sexy on the inside. I'm sexy and I know it. Oh, this hair. This stuff right here likes to get wispy and go like, and it's like, bro, could you? Man bun? I hate man buns. I like having long hair. I don't like a man bun. Would you shave it off? I have before. It wouldn't be the first time, but no. I think now I'm pretty happy with it, so I don't want to shave it. Can't relate. Bald. Ugh. Bruh. Sorry. What did they say? What do bald guys say? What's the bald guy cope that means that they're smart? I'm trying to remember what it was. Grass doesn't grow on a field. What was it? I don't know. I haven't memorized all the bald cope. So could you guys tell me? Grass doesn't grow on a field with a lot of people playing on it, or grass doesn't grow on a busy field. Thank you. Yeah, that's the one. You accepted your baldness from the start. Good man. Good man. That's the way to do it, man. When life gives you fucking tangerines, peel them bitches and eat them, you know, or whatever. Hair, please. Out of my face. What kind of millplane was that? Those were 3 F-16 Fighting Falcons in flying V formation. That's about what I usually see. Dude coughed in my face. Sorry. Yeah, I just gave you guys the Roans. We out here smoking dog shit. Yeah. Any thoughts on the Trump verdict? Pretty nuts. Like, TJ texted me about it, right? Last night. And I texted back. I think it was Scotty, actually, that texted in our group text. And I texted back, the craziest election cycle ever just got retarded. And I think that that's how I feel about it. I don't know if that's like do you need to lose some weight? I actually am. I'm losing weight. I'm losing weight. Trust me. Have you ever thought Biden was attractive? Maybe when he was like younger, but he was always kind of just like a weirdo looking guy to me. My parents think a civil war is coming. Yeah, I have a feeling that there's gonna be some violence in the wake of this Trump verdict. I don't know what it's gonna. I need to go fucking blow my nose, bro. I'm back in the valley, and so like my allergies are like, hello. I'm just gonna sit here sniffling all fucking day. you think, T? Eli, the barrel boy from the old town, sells coal and marigolds, and he cries out all down the day. Would I could afford to buy my love a fine robe made of gold and silver Arabian thread, but she is dead and gone and lying in a pine grove. I must push my barrow all the way. I must push my barrow all the way. Well, CPAP and your diet changes have helped. You seem more active, you look healthy, more color in your face. Thank you. I am more healthy. Just, went to the doctor and they're they're over the moon. They're over the moon with Paul Zito's progress. I hope you always be happy. Wow. How nice of you. I hope you always be happy too. It's a very kind thing to wish for somebody, And it's a heartfelt thing as well. I can feel that coming through the internet. Hit me right there. Hit me right there. Went. Trump's not going to serve a day in jail. What he did, falsifying business records or whatever the fuck, is not, especially for a first-time offender, which he is now. It's something that, carries a maximum sentence. I think I was reading of, 3 years or 4 years. And that's if they throw the whole fucking book at him. There's no way. At best, yeah, he'll be on house arrest. At worst, it'll just be a giant fine. When will you talk to Destiny? Whenever he wants. Rich people and companies never face actual justice when they kill someone. No, they don't. But in this case, Trump didn't kill anybody. Trump moved some money around his businesses to pay off somebody who had information that could have hurt him in a presidential election, etc. What kind of watch is this? This is a Xeric Soloscope 2. Mechanical watch. Xeric is Xeric, so you can look at it if you want. Two classes of justice. At least two. Yeah, at least two. It's the Soloscope 2. The first Soloscope is a little rough looking. I liked it, but didn't like it enough to buy it. What got you into online shit? A dude named Brett Keane. So I was sitting around one day. It was like in my early 20s. Would have been like 25 or 26, something like that. And this would have been 2005-ish, right? And you guys got to understand, I was a late adopter to the modern internet. I was on the internet super early, but when Facebook started to become a thing, and like social media, MySpace, that was another one. There was a bunch of them, right? I hated that shit. I immediately was like turned off by social media. And so it took me a while to start using the internet for anything other than just like entertainment, or like to connect to so I could play games on it. In my 20s at least. And so YouTube back then, in like the earlier 2000s, was basically like a place for you to go and see copyrighted material. Like people would upload movies to it, people would upload like trailers, movie trailers. That was the big thing I went to it for, was like to see the movie trailers, because back then there wasn't like the trailer things, right? So anyway, I was watching YouTube with that, and I ended up coming across somehow this dude Brett Keane, and he was an atheist dude, and he was just kind of like ranting about religion, and I was like, whoa, you could do that? Like the thought of using YouTube in that way had not occurred to me. I understand he was plagiarizing, so he sounded smarter, but why did you ever think Brett was charismatic? Did you know what he looked like? Why the hell did TJ think he was like a warrior? He didn't show his face for the longest time. At the time TJ made the Brett Keane is like a warrior video that you're talking about, Brett was not showing his face at all. He was just a voice. So we all thought he was a big, ripped dude, probably. That was a hippie massacre. And then, you know, maybe just like find some protest footage from the National Mall. Mm-hmm. We could watch Dr. King, because his movement was interwoven there. And we could watch, I know that there's footage of some of the veterans that joined the hippie movement to speak out against it. I don't think we need to do super heavy informational on that part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So just pull some stuff on Kent State.
Kent State for sure.
Flesh out the origins of the hippie movement. Maybe like right after the origins, do the protest footage.
Yes.
And then go into Kent State and the Tinkers, and then maybe the Jesus movement at the end.
Well, we could. I mean, I don't really know if I want to end on the Jesus movement. I want to end on the boomers.
Well, I meant that too.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
The end.
Well, was the Jesus movement late or early in the hippie movement?
It was kind of like coinciding with it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, Paul! Please look into the Rainbow Family for the hippie show. It's basically the only remains of the hippie movement as it existed in the 60s and 70s. Okay. Thoughts on a Palestine situation? I mean, I'm pro-Palestine, I guess. I'm like not necessarily pro-Palestine. I'm pro-single state solution. I'm pro an international peacekeeping force taking control of that region and providing the framework for an interim coalition government, and providing the peacekeeping force that would be needed to keep people from killing one another there, for a dissolution of the 1970 whatever border, and the coalescence of a new state that includes both Jews and Palestinians, and that's that. And when those states are healthy and the democracy is flourishing and a new constitution has been ratified, then the UN peacekeeping force can pull back and leave them to their fate in the region, probably way stronger than we left them, by the way. So yeah, that is what I think should be done now. So I'm not even for Palestine. I'm anti-apartheid.
Anti-genocide.
Anti-genocide, anti-apartheid, anti-fascist, anti-authoritarian, pro-people, pro-worker, pro-poor. I'm a big fan of Jesus from the Bible. Not a Christian, but big fan of Jesus and his teachings in the Bible, specifically what he had to say about wealth. He is King of Kings. I mean, I appreciate that you believe that. I don't necessarily believe that, but I think he was based as fuck. I think he knew what he was talking about when it came to taking care of one another and what to watch out for. If Jesus warned about one thing more than any other thing, it was the lure of rich men and their fucking money. Can you have some money then? Sure. Sure. Are you in California? Because if you're in California, just simply go avail yourself of any public service. I've helped pay.
Your biggest gripe with Christianity is just how far it's strayed from Jesus.
Yeah. Well, that's why I don't call myself a Christian. Well, number one, because I'm not a fantasist. I don't believe in God. We're talking about Jesus here. I understand that God and Jesus are one and the same in the Christian mind. Okay, we'll set that aside. I'm talking about Jesus as a philosophical being. Okay? That's number one. I don't believe in that. But number two, I could never really see myself following Jesus that closely. I don't want to give up my house. I don't want to give up my material goods. I don't want to live a life of poverty. I don't.
You don't want to be a hypocrite.
Right. And for me to call myself a Christian would put me in direct contravention of my own beliefs on hypocrisy. I hate hypocrisy. I do not like when a Christian comes to me and wants to talk about my soul because they are ignoring the log in their eye, okay? Don't come and look at the mote in my eye until you've removed the log from your eye. You know, you call yourself a Christian, so you have followed this philosopher to the point that you profess with your mouth to believe him, to believe in him, not just his philosophy, but in him as divinity, and yet you live in rich opulence. You spit on the poor, you spit on the gay, you spit on the lesbian, you spit on the trans.
Judgment was not part of his philosophy.
You vomit forth from your mouth the judgments of man. You seek to stand in judgment when you have not yet shown how that camel is going to thread the eye of the needle and get your ass into heaven. You want to talk to me about my filthy, dirty soul? No. No. Every time I come back here, it's about Jesus. Yeah, Jesus has been he's been on my mind a lot lately, man. I'm not even gonna fucking lie, dude. I got a whole ass Christian family. I've had to have some real frank talks with them over the last few weeks about what it is I do believe and don't and why. And hey, if their goal as evangelists was to put Jesus on my mind, they sure enough did. I don't know if in the way that they wanted it to, because what's been stuck in my mind is just how far the church is from Christ. I do not call myself a Christian either, bro. They have lied and lied again. I do not know who told you that. I just told you I respected your right to believe. I offer you nothing. It's all good, dude.
We're not ranting at anyone specific.
No, this is not at anybody in the chat. This is just this is a general topic, right? I'm not fucking trying to shit on anybody.
The purpose of the chat is to inspire rants.
Exactly. But yeah, no. This is blasphemy. I think somebody's joking. I don't think Ernie Cribley exists. Let's see that taint. What would Jesus do? Definitely not a genocide. What would Jesus do? Definitely not build a wall between two peoples. You know, it just, if you actually want to call yourself a Christian, then put the lens in front of your fucking eyes and start looking at the world through Christ. Because if you do that, what you're going to see is sickness, degradation, degeneracy, hopelessness, heartlessness, greed, murder, exploitation of children. Put on your Christ goggles and take a look at the world. Or shut up. That's kind of how I feel. That's kind of how I feel about Christians at this point. Like, how are you living in your opulence, even trying to live like Christ? We've already kind of talked about it, Richard, but no. The short answer is no. What is your name? My name is Paul. It's nice to meet you, Muhammad. I'm assuming that is your name. Where are you from, Muhammad? What are you smoking? Papaya something? I don't know, man. You Zoomers and you it's weed. Okay? It's weed. Oh, fuck. Oh, that was fucking great. Okay. Paul is in the Bible. You know what the funny thing about Paul is from the Bible? Paul, his name before he adopted the name Paul, the gentile name. His name was Saul of Tarsus, and he was a great persecutor of Christians. Also, mostly responsible from a historical perspective for the structure of the New Testament, what Christians call the New Testament. I'm sick of complaining, but it only bothers you. The things you do make your blood run cold. It's a lot of things no one likes, but I want the answers now. Must be all confused somehow. What do you say? What I heard about? You put the Old Testament in order. It's about Paul taking over Christianity. I know. Well, that's what I meant. Saul of Tarsus is really the guy that wrote your Bible. I think Muhammad is fun to say. Try to say Mahmoud. I knew a Mahmoud, so I know how to say the name. I even I had him help me with the, I don't know what you call it, Mahmoud, so that I could say it right. So I knew a Mahmoud, so I was trained. Sorry. I actually really like that name. That was a chat response? Oh. Well, don't respond to the chat. You see the confusion it causes. Don't have side conversations in the chat. Cool? Cool, yay. See the dude who made fun of a kid with rosacea, or was that Lucas? That was Lucas. Lucas was from Chechnya or something. He was Eastern European. Fucking guy was great, man. He and his girlfriend were crazy. I really liked those people. I would love to look them up and see how they turned out. But Lucas especially. You know who Lucas... Okay. This is going to be weird, but every time I see this kid, I think of Lucas. You know who Lucas looked like? What is that fucking guy's name? Ansel Elgort? Do you know who I'm talking about? You can look him up. Ansel Elgort. That's what Lucas looked like. He was a good-looking dude. Had that long neck, you know? Like, had that Ansel Elgort neck. Yeah, Ansel Elgort was in Baby Driver. He's the lead. He was Baby in Baby Driver. That's what I know him from, anyway. But yeah, no, Lucas was great, man. He's a cool cat. It was really neat. You know, Phoenix, that area, if you've never lived in that area, it is a city of transplants. More than most other cities, right? There used to be a joke, there's no such thing as a native Arizonan. Like, meeting a person that was born and raised in Arizona, pretty fucking rare. Most of the time, people that were born there left, and it was a place where, like, from all over the world, people came. And so, right there in the little Starbucks that I worked in, I worked with an Eastern European guy. I worked with a chick that was from the Bronx, with the full accent and everything. Nico. She was amazing, by the way. Nico was awesome. Had the full... My favorite Nico story, I know I've told it before. Nico. She and I, because, like, you know, we worked in a little Starbucks. This was before they started. This was in 2001, 2002. Before they started getting drive-thrus and shit, right? And, so it was a little shop, and sometimes it was empty. And Nico would go, she'd be ranting at me about she hated the customers. she had this name for them. When Frappuccinos came out, Nico was incensed because Nico felt like, at least I have a job where I do something that requires skill, and now I'm just making milkshakes all day. And she used to call them floppuccinos, right? Fucking floppuccino, floppa fucking shit. She'd be bitching to me like that, right? These motherfucking filthies. These filthies fucking come in here with the fucking floppuccino. Oh, give me a floppuccino. Floppa. Fuck your floppuccino, bitch. And then we'd hear, boo boo, because the door opened, and she'd go, hi, how are you doing? Come on in. I'd just die. Sometimes I couldn't hold it back, bro. Sometimes I couldn't hold it back. I would just double over and start wailing, and I'd have to say, sorry, we had a joke. It had nothing to do with you. Sorry about that. What can we get you? This is so fucking crazy. Do you own or rent? I rent. I'm in Phoenix right now. It sucks. Yeah. Was she Latina? No. She was Italiana. She had a story, man, that I don't even know if I should repeat, bro. I guess I could. What's it gonna hurt? Her dad, I looked into it too, so it was true. Like, her dad was mob connected. Not like high up, but he was like a mob guy that kind of did the old, you know what he told a little bit. No, we don't say that word. We don't say that word, Richard. Nobody said that fucking word. Nobody said that fucking word. That's not what we said. No, nobody said that word either, Wayne. Nobody said that word. Okay? So anyway, when that happens, if that indeed is what happened, oh my God, man. What a little Tyrannosaurus Rex you are. There's a scrub jay that's just here. I love watching them when they get this close. I want to show you guys him, but I don't know if he's going to stay long. Yeah, he's gone right now. So pretty, though. God, they're blue. They're just so beautiful. But they're so vicious. They're vicious little things. They're like Tyrannosaurus, man. They really are. They're mean. They're territorial and aerodynamic as fuck. Oh man, they're beautiful in flight too. Was his name Ricky the Rat? Yeah. No, so when that happens to you, you don't have a lot of money. And so he worked a straight job. Nico worked a straight job. There was no connections left. The ties were severed and all of that. I hate to say it, guys, but this is not the airport. You don't have to announce your departures and arrivals, okay? It's not that you're not special, it's that you're not special. I'm sorry. Ugh. I'm an average schluck. A nobody. Not cool, Paul. I didn't say I was special either. Don't get hurt. Don't get hurt, get smirt. That's what I say. I think the young generation needs to hear that. Don't get hurt, get smirt. Non esca froleito potuiai, la sembra derille, frolecce bovunde della mons. Sorry, I had to speak in tongues at my J real quick. Jesus H fucking Christ. Dark side. Is that light language? I guess that's probably what you would call it. I learned to speak in tongues for a role that I played one time. I guess learn to speak in tongues is a strange way of putting it. Yeah, I played a role one time in a show called Handler, where I was a snake handling creature who spoke in tongues, and I wanted it to sound authentic, and so I looked into what people are doing and what the science said about it, and I learned to just kind of like turn my brain off and let my mouth run. And it sounds way more authentic than if you were to try and imagine or try and memorize some nonsense language. There's that old pig of you holding the snakes too. That was from that. Yeah, that was a newspaper photo. Were you raised religious? Nominally so. We would have been probably called Sunday Christians, and we didn't even go anywhere close to every Sunday. My parents professed to believe in God. They taught me the Bible a little bit when I was young. So yeah, I was raised religious. Salamanca, Folalin China Bompo, Galapinchina, Bedifola Hai, Sahaya, Sohulalin Yawo, Yadamam, the Sahara, Delaba, Fushinabe, Snabinate, Snella, Snibboda, Snea, Telephone show, Halafin Chicken Bedanchi, Hayashaya. How do you speak in tongues? You close your mind and open your mouth. Koro kataya, kolo kaina sona, pendesinding galaya munja, lady wiga ichina maya, right up a winja galaya. That sounds like the little Zoomers, how they talk. Lol, does it? Galabunda, Bunda hula haga. Dana huda wuki doho. Kalabunga. Skibbity bibbity bibbity bibbity. Skibbity bop bop bop. Yes, yes. All right. You guys chill there for a second. I have to do my stretches. It's time. I can feel it. Take time. Time is now. Holy fuck, man. That shit is like magic to me, bro. Holy fuck. Tingles all throughout my body, all down to my toes, down to my fingertips. Just like a feeling of like openness. That sun in your face. You feel loose. My back hurts less. Circulation is better. Like the whole nine, man. The whole nine. Just like life-changing shit. I have not heard the new Eminem song. I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back. What drink is he supposed to be getting? A big water with a bunch of ice in it, dude. It takes a second to crack, because I got ice trays, so I gotta take out the ice cubes. I mean, come on. My channel got deleted. I lost all my subs. I have 2.4K. Boo. Sorry. Can you speak witch doctor? Oh yeah. Look at it go. Roll out the barrel. Feel it in your bones. Oh yeah. When's the last time you spoke to Brett Keane? I don't fucking know, man. You probably know better than me. Are you high right now? The Pope wear a pointy hat, my dude? Can I ask you a question, Spino? Do you ever think that there's a different answer to that question? Well, yeah. Witch Doctor was my favorite support. He was pretty good. Look at it go. Boom, 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 boom. Can't remember what his first blood quote was. I used to hear it a lot because Jason would play Witch Doctor for the memes. And he'd go for that early fucking lane domination. What was Witch Doctor's first blood announcement? The spirits have given... Was it? That make a big mess. Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, Witch Doctor. The allure of that game, man. Are you German or Turkish? I can't tell. Neither. I'm Irish, Scottish, British, and Norwegian. In that order. According to my 23andMe. And Japanese? No. No Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. Do. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. Ba 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 ba. Oh yeah. Roll out the barrel. Feel it in your bones. Dude, where's that song, man? We used to play that song back in the day, man. Me and Jason late at night. That song couldn't come out today unless it was by Tom McDonald. I guess you're probably right. You still talk to Jason? I mean, he's in here. We're talking, like, the answer should be apparent. I guess Dulcine from Street Fighter kind of sounds like that, and he was a witch doctor. Well, they kind of toned that down a little bit over the years and kind of made him more of like a guru kind of guy, but yeah. His original design, he's got like human skulls around his neck and shit. Another Queso fan. We figured it out. I could be Queso's dad. I'm 44, and I think Queso is like 26. So I would have been like 18, 19. So there is a fucking weird off chance. Who is Queso? He's a fat, beardy streamer guy that's funny. Yeah, you can be. You should tell him. You should tell him you might have found his dad. Because I could be Queso's dad. I'd be proud of my son. Queso's a funny guy. You could look it up. Don't ask in here. You have Google. Queso is the best. He really is a pretty funny guy. That's why I never get mad when people come in here and drop his name. Because I think he's a funny dude. I think he's real funny. And I like him a lot. You're welcome here, by the way. Feel free to hang out. This is what we do. We just talk. I love queso too, for chips. That kind of queso is also really good. I'm 26 and you were old enough to be my dad for sure if you'd had me at 17 or 18. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I'm like dad age for a lot of you, for sure. Have a good day, man. You too. Peace out. Happiness is a warm gun. Happiness is a warm gun. And when I hold you in my arms, and when I put my finger on your trigger, bang, bang, shoot, shoot. What do you think, California trying to restrict pornography like a lot of these Republican states? I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid. There's like a super undercurrent of Puritanism now. People have like the young generation has waltzed right into it. Like the moralizing and the moral grandstanding and the virtue signaling has gotten so out of control that society is starting to react to it, and you're starting to see what happens when you allow people's fucking hurt feelings to go completely wild. Wait, what is Kelly doing? Some fucking porn bill or some shit. I haven't looked into it. I read a fucking blurb about it while I was on vacation. People telling Paul not to smoke makes me want to smoke. Yeah, I know. They really are right though. I need to chill it out for sure. It's on my list, guys. Trust me, it really is. I can't tackle everything at once, but I'm like locking in this new lifestyle of mine. Trying to exercise more, trying to feel better. Try chewing gum instead. You know how long that would last as a broadcaster, bro? What's up, guys? Paul Zigo here. How you doing? Oh, fuck, it's in my beard. Shit, I had to think about this. God damn it. Oh, man. Oh, this is bad, man. Yeah, no. Paul, my dog Maverick likes your voice. Your dog Maverick knows, though. You know what he knows just hearing me? He knows that I'm a dog guy. You want a proof that I'm a dog guy? Here's proof. Look at how happy and healthy this boy is. Look at that smile. Look at that puppy smile. Look at this booty scritch. Look at this booty pat. Look at this chest rub. Look at that smile. That's how you know. That's how you know. Dirty D from the salty sea. You're so cute. And everybody loves you. It's a superpower. You're universally loved and wanted. Oh, yes. I know it's tough. He's such a good boy. He's a killing machine underneath. There's a wolf. There's a wolf heart at the core of him. Here you go, bud. I'll let you go in. It was very hot. Whew. Yeah, he has a wolf's heart for sure. Thinks he's about 3 times the size that he is. Paul, you ever whisper in your girl's ear when Biden got y'all going, I'm having fish tonight? I'm sorry. This fucking valley sucks, bro. I gotta get out. It's like I'm back in town. I felt great, pretty much, not great, because I was sick when I left. I caught the flu when I left. I was out here throwing up. No fucking, as you kids say, no cap. Puking. Did like the fucking 16-hour drive that day. Sick. Got there, slept all day the next day. Started to recover, but like I had the flu, man. So it's like, on God, for real, I was sick. And now I feel better from that. Like I don't have the flu anymore. But now I have like allergies out my ass. Because I'm back in the valley where it's all fucking pollen and smoke and dust and bullshit. And so now I'm gonna get a fucking sinus infection, like I always do when I'm out of town for more than a fucking week, or for a week or less. I usually get a fucking sinus infection when I come back into town. It's just gonna happen. I can tell it. It's already fucking happening. And it just sucks, man, because I gotta jump right back in and get back to work, and low-key on God, for real, on gang, on squad, on mom, on baby mama, on O Block, you know. Ugh. On Hood. Free Palestine, yeah. I agree. Oh, Ribidoo. Oh. Oh, Ribidoo. Oh. Why can stopping weed be so hard? Because weed is addictive. For a long time, and you know what? I'm probably guilty of this back in the day as well. As a strong advocate for weed legalization, I, probably downplayed the psychological addiction of weed. Here's the truth about weed. It's not physically addictive, but it is psychologically addictive. It is very easy to build up a need for it. You definitely have said weed is not addictive, and I mean it. Like it isn't. It's not addictive in the same way as nicotine, right? Or heroin is. It doesn't have that physical component, but it has a mental component that people will deny. So it's habit forming. I'm not addicted, but Coke is more my thing. Can you not, dude? Oh, God. Can I tell you something about cocaine? All right, I'm going to tell you something, bro. I had a friend that was into Coke for a while. I never have been. I did it twice in my 20s. It's not my thing. And he told me this grossest fucking story. All right. He said that when you do Coke regularly, you build up like blockages in your nose and your sinuses, right? From where the Coke has gone through. And it's irritated everything. And you will go in the bathroom and just like okie blow, and this like little rock will come out. Not a rock, but just like this hard little lump. And it's like just a bunch of Coke residue, and then like it'll have a bunch of snot on it and blood. And like when somebody does Coke regularly, you can hear it like in their sinuses. It's the weirdest fucking thing. It's like a whistle. You could hear it. You could hear the voice try to come through their closed sinuses all the time. You could hear them try to clear it all the time, you know, and they're talking hella fast. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, I need to get another line, but I don't know if, oh man, can you just not? It's a party drug for you. I mean, that's how it starts. Cocaine is physically addictive. So you will develop a habit. What you have right now is called a chippy. You can look into it. You have a chippy habit. You're a weakened warrior. You're a weakened nose goblin. Look, I'm not trying to judge you, but like, do you have children? As long as you say no to that, I don't give a fuck what you do, honestly. So say no. You don't have children. You're not responsible for any children. Do whatever the fuck you want. Have fun. I'm not trying to moralize at you. You're young. This is the time. As long as you got no fucking kids and shit. Take a look at Artie Lang's nose, Layla. I'm dead ass serious, dude. Look up Artie Lang's nose. Artie Lang, Lange. Artie Lang's nose. That's that dude. Like, if you listen to his, like, he has a book called Too Fat to Fish. It's not great. I wouldn't read it. But if you listen to him, he started a chippy habit, just like you've got, weekend fucking warrior. And it ended up eating his fucking cartilage. His nose collapsed. He's fucked. He's fucked. Like, Coke is just so gross, man. It really is. Do you have tattoos? I only have one. Yeah, I have one tattoo. I got it in my 20s, so it's here. It's tiki masks. I had them done in the style of the theater tragedy comedy masks. It needs to be like gone over again, and fixed up, but yeah, it needs a touch up for sure. I got it when I was like 22 and I'm 44. You have a farmer's stand? I know. I told you. Peel money rolls till our thumbs get the paper cuts. Woman, if you love me, please let me know. Tie rags round your neck and learn the sets we throw. These are the days of our lives, and I'm sorry to the fans, but them crackers won't play as fair a job. I know. Yup, yeah, me too. Okay, we get it. Yup, yeah, me too. I love Buc-ee's. Dude, I saw a dude with a Buc-ee's shirt on when I was traveling, and I had to stop myself because I was going to just go like, Buc-ee's! But then I was like, that's retarded. You shouldn't do that. Just leave him alone. He's not wearing a Buc-ee's shirt because he wants to hear Buc-ee's from everybody, alright? Paul, thoughts on Fboys? What is wrong with your generation, sir? Thoughts on thoughts. All right, Layla, it's cool. I'm not trying to convince you. Like I said earlier, as long as you don't have children in your care, I don't give a fuck what you do. Crater your life for all I give a fuck. Seriously. I definitely wouldn't have listened when I was in my 20s. So I know you're not judging. Yeah, I'm not. And people in the chat that are, please stop. Leave Layla alone, alright? She doesn't have to fucking answer. She's just being honest in here, and you guys are like trying to grill her on it. It's not like everything is not a debate, alright? She's a grown-ass woman. She wants to fucking do coke. As long as she doesn't have fucking kids involved with it, who fucking cares? It's not my fucking... It's not my business. Don't worry about it, Layla. It's all good. Have fun in your 20s. Do what you want. Just keep your fucking nose clean when it comes to fucking kids and stuff. You know, if you ever end up pregnant or something, you gotta stop. Because that shit will fuck up a child. Horribly. Horribly. I will never understand why people want to have kids. Hello, Nugget. How are you doing today, Nugget? I got kids and I still smoke weed. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that. I think that's a whole different thing. Coke and weed are two different things. That's the whole point of the conversation. You have kids, you want to crack a beer on Sunday and watch the game or whatever, you know, send the kids to a babysitter and fucking get fucked up with your friends and play cards. I don't care. Just don't. No coke and no hard drugs and kids, because like worst case scenario, you end up in jail and with a bunch of kids, and it's just fucked. Alcohol is still really bad around kids. In moderation, it's fine, right? In moderation, you have a couple fucking beers and you're not an angry drunk and you're not drinking to get drunk. You're just fucking drinking to get a little buzz and watch the game on a Sunday night after the kids go to bed. Really not that big of a fucking deal, right? If you're drinking all the fucking time, and it's like, I was raised in an alcoholic household. So I know what that is. And that is profoundly bad for a kid to be raised in, okay? So I'm not advocating for that. Love you from Afghanistan? Really? My guy. I hope you're okay there. Yeah, man. Your part of the world has kind of been forgotten, unfortunately. But I know it's rough there, and I hope you're safe. Afghanistan is okay, bro. Good. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're safe. Welcome. I was married to an alcoholic. The amount of people that suggested having a kid to set him straight was amazing. Fuck no. You see, meds. We only met a couple of times, and fucking, but I've not. I just know you, I think, well enough as a person to know that that is never gonna fly. Like, if somebody told me that meds had a kid to fix an alcoholically broken fucking marriage, I would flip the fuck out. I'd be like, nah. Nah, she didn't. You look like Thor in Marvel movies. The fat Thor, he's so cool. Fat Thor was my favorite thing about Endgame. Or whatever the fuck that was. I loved when he was playing Xbox Live. Yeah. Yo, Paul, how you feel about child support? Pay it. Suck it up and pay it, bitch. You brought a child into the world, man. Your suffering is now subsumed in my mind to theirs. Because it is your job above anyone else's to take care of that fucking being and to make sure that they're okay. So pay it. Suck it up. Deal with it. Don't bitch about it. You had your chance to bitch about it. Now you're a parent. Your life is over. Their life is just beginning. Oh, get with it. Oh, fuck. My back is fucked. Oh. You gonna play Hades 2 when it comes out? I know I probably will. My wife will play it first. Dude, Amelia's a fucking trip, bro. I remember she was watching me play Hades on my Xbox 360 pad on my PC years ago. She was just kind of chilling in there watching me play, and she went and got it for herself, and she didn't have a controller and she's never used one, so she didn't want to fuck with it. So she learned how to play it on the fucking keyboard. And so I kind of sucked at it. Like, I got to the end game or whatever, and I thought, damn, I'm good at this game, dude. She blew through that game. She got crazy good at it with, like, the worst kind of control scheme, I think, for that type of game. What is your favorite car? Mine's the VW Bug. I like 19 like mid to late 70s Corvette Stingrays. I'd say like a 76 Corvette Stingray, competition orange with a black racing stripe offset to the right. That's my dream car. Cherry. Cherry and original all around. I would love to hear you talk about Twin Peaks too, because I hated it. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that it either turns people on or turns people off, you know? That's kind of what I like about it. It's a conversation starter, if nothing else. El Camino. Blazing down the road, El Camino. Oh, she's fast, never slow, El Camino. Yeah, I mean, I'm not as big a car guy as a lot of guys. I don't lust after that car. But if I was hella rich, I'd probably want to at least own one for a while, you know, and see if I liked it. Get it all cherried out the way I want it, and then maybe I'll sell it if I just don't use it ever. Cars are hella overrated. Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. For the most part, I think you're correct about that. There are some beautiful, beautiful cars. Paul, what did you mean when you said rich people borrow their stuff more than buying it? Okay, so have you ever heard the concept of cheap money? So when you're rich, you have access to, and I think Amelia, I'm glad she just popped out because she might be able to back me on this. She probably knows what I'm talking about. We're talking about rich people at a certain level, how they don't spend any money, they just borrow it.
Yeah.
So what it is you have access to such insane lines of credit when you're heavily banked that it doesn't make any sense for you to ever spend a dime of your own money. You just finance everything on a very super low special interest rate that the bank gives you because you're so heavily banked you couldn't default. So you've heard of like the big metal black card that banks will give people that is basically like you could just buy a Ferrari with it if you want. It's literally like infinite money.
Well, also, you got to spend money to make money.
Right.
You finance buying an apartment building, and then you become a landlord and rent that property out.
Right. But you never bank that money, like, because that becomes taxable. So that money gets reinvested in some other project, and it's another loan, and it's all you know what I mean? You're underwriting everything you make.
Well, like Amazon paying so little taxes for so long is because they reinvested all of their profits back in.
Right. They paid out all their profits. They built new super centers. They upgraded their fleet. Like, all those things that if you're a fucking shop owner have to come out of your pocket. You're a mom and pop shop owner and you want to get a brand new fucking front for your shop. Like, you can take out a loan, but it's coming out of your fucking ass. If you're rich, that's just part of avoiding the taxes that you have to pay on the profits you made on your other shit. And meanwhile, you're never spending a dime of your own money. It's just growing. If you won the lottery, how would you spend the first 24 hours?
Lawyer?
Yes, I would immediately contact a lawyer and get my fucking shit in order. And I wouldn't tell a fucking soul.
You're an accountant.
Yeah. It would be my wife and I and our boys, and we would go probably to fucking LA to get a super fucking good lawyer to set us up with an accountant and a financial advisor and get everything fucking in order. That would be the first 24 hours for sure. Not a peep out of my mouth to anybody in my family or friends or otherwise until all of that is handled.
So the next step after you get the lottery is figuring out how many taxes you owe on it.
Oh yeah, and how to defer some of that, and how to do this and how to do that. You got to know, and I don't know. $5 ATM fee. Yeah.
Yeah, rich people always talk about passive income.
Yeah. Like rent, like being a landlord is passive income.
Investments that pay dividends.
Right. Case? Another Queso fan.
Not Queso.
Not Queso. Too old to be Queso. Don't spam, Big Daddy. Don't do it. Don't hey me. You're not Fat Albert. I always see that name and pronounce it Casio. Yeah, I know.
It's like queso cheese.
It's like cheese, yeah, like queso nachos. Queso sauce. Computer dude, is that you? That's me. Meat boop, meat boop. Make money off interest and dividends purely when you have a large enough sum. Providing capital itself makes you money just by inheriting sitting on your ass. Why are you gonna make me do it to you, Big Daddy? Now you're just spitting in my face, Big Daddy. Why are you gonna make me do it to you? Are you familiar with Meat Canyon? Yes. Animation, like really gross animation style kind of thing, yeah.
Satire.
Yep.
It's the only animation you like.
The anti-smoking squad, man. Come on, guys. Can you at least treat me like I'm 44? Alright, I can do what I want. I'm gonna do. I've been doing it longer than you've been alive. I've been smoking in a lot of cases, probably. And yes, I am well aware that it is not a good thing to do.
We're just surrounded by carcinogens and everything at this point.
Kinda, yeah.
Plastics, pollution, fucking shit.
Jesus. Alright, the spam must end. The spam must go. I'm sorry. I tried to talk to you, but you're just gonna keep spamming. I'm gonna make you go get on your other fucking account and do it. Dude, what do you say to the aliens? I would say something like, I have no fucking clue why they sent me. I'm gonna get that out in front. I don't know shit. Alright? I'm pretty poor example of our species. So maybe that's why they sent me. They wanted to send the average. So here I am. I'm the average. How can I help you? What's your theory on the Sopranos ending? I mean, I think it's pretty fucking simple. I think it's pretty explicit. So, if you want my theory on the Sopranos ending, take a look at it's in the last season. There's a scene where Tony and Bobby Bacala, go on a boat. And Bobby Bacala says, I figure that's the way it is. Somebody walks up behind you and the lights just go out. And that's what happens. I didn't like The Sopranos. That's interesting. It's got to be maybe the greatest TV show of all time. I feel like intelligence has happened on other planets. Well, yeah, I think that like a lot of like astrophysicists and astrobiologists and theoretical biologists and shit agree with you. Well, the question is, what is keeping the universe from being teeming with obvious life? And that brings us to the great filter theory, which is like my favorite thing to think about in this arena. Is like, according to what we know about biological life and what we can extrapolate about a lot of the planets now that we can see, chart, the universe ought to be teeming with life and therefore teeming with intelligent life, meaning that we ought to hear radio signals and communications from these things, but we hear nothing. And so the great filter is an idea that before civilizations reach a certain point, they discover something that is their undoing. So it's like they make a discovery that ends up destroying their civilization. Some scientists say that the discovery is petroleum, in terms of like plastics choking the biosphere to death. It might be nuclear fission or fusion, right? It might be the fact that we discover this incredibly powerful renewable source, but that it eats us alive with war, right? Us being intelligent life in the galaxy. So that's the great filter theory. Is like, if it's true that the galaxy should be teeming with intelligent life, why don't we see it in our local sector of the galaxy? And of course there are other answers to that question, but the great filter is one of the things that people put forth. The gray goo, yeah, true, Nuggy. Gray goo is like nanotechnology, right? So they discover nanotech, and nanotechnology goes haywire and starts to self-replicate and creates this big giant nanotech slime that eats everything and breaks everything down to make more of itself. I've seen theories that the great filter is mass communication, like the breaking down of cultural and social barriers, and the focus inward that brings. Like perhaps a lot of these civilizations retreat so far inward in creating worlds that they can occupy in their minds, right, via technology, that they stop even looking or trying to broadcast. That's another theory that I've heard in terms of the great filter, is that we are on a pretty fucking inexorable track towards inward life, right? We're focusing less and less on socialization and more on, no, not inward, outward, inward. I feel like our filter might be our AI is another possible filter. A lot of people say that AI might be the filter, that it might eventually just destroy what creates it. What about merging as a collective consciousness as a species? Yeah, totally possible, right? Maybe what lies at the end of all these geophysical discoveries that are yet to be made, these like quantum string theory discoveries, right? Maybe the end result of all of that is that the galaxy is in all of us, that it's but a reflection of the inward nature of ourselves, that the spiral is, ubiquitous, and it doesn't matter at what scale. And so people stop worrying about the outward and start looking inward further and further and further for the truth of the universe. Fascism could be the filter. It could be politics. Mass media and its manipulable, like its malleable nature when it comes to being used as a state apparatus. Could be the Reapers, yeah. I've always thought that was such a cool kind of thing. There's these like infinitely powerful machines that survive by waiting for the galaxy to fill up with life and then using what's left of their power to come and refill the power banks, right? And then once they've scoured the universe of life again and destroyed it all and consumed all that energy, they go back into hibernation and wait for it all to happen again. The Reapers. You really want to bake your noodle? We could all be living in a giant simulation now. In fact, I think it's likely that we are. That's the fucked up thing. That's the really fucked up thing. If you look into simulation theory, you realize that, right? The, if we assume that intelligent life develops technologically on a predictable track, what can we extrapolate from what we're doing? Well, one of the things that they do is they create simulations, right? And we've been creating simulations for a very long time, right? Simulations and simulacra, right? Going all the way back. Theater is a simulation, right? And so as technology progresses, we create these more and more functional simulations. Well, if you extrapolate that out another billion years worth of evolution, some other part of our fucking galaxy, right? Then there could be 1 million civilizations out there. And that number may be low. All of them with full universal simulation. Okay? So that would mean, if that's true, that would mean that there are millions more simulated universes than there are real universes, right? There's one real universe, and there are millions of simulations being run. Which means that if we're in the real one, we won the lotto 17 times in one day, got struck by lightning 22 times and survived it, drowned and came back to life after 20 minutes dead, and then won the lotto again as soon as we woke up. Then you go a little deeper. Within these simulated universes, there are further simulations. So we might be 3 or 4 layers deep in a train of infinite simulation. It's a hypothesis and a thought exercise, not a theory exactly. People will call it simulation theory, but you're right. I'm not telling you that's what's what. Just saying it ought to be on your radar. There's a chance God is the creator. Sure, yeah. There's also a chance that God is a simulated overseer in a 3-layer deep simulation. You got cool looking spiders out here? Yeah, we do. The cyclic universe where it just ends and starts again, right? Well, that's like the Great Crunch. So the Big Bang and the Big Crunch, or the Great Crunch, right? This idea that eventually the energy from the Big Bang will be spent and that gravity will pull everything back together again. I have undergone ego death several times in my life. I consider it to be a fundamental experience, but I don't really push it on people either. I sought it out and I got what I wanted. How does one achieve ego death? I don't know how one achieves it. I achieved it through LSD. I have never achieved ego death on mushrooms. When ego death happened, do you think the consciousness present operates in time? Well, the whole point is that the consciousness is separated from awareness of itself, right? That's ego death. So I couldn't tell you. I was not me. I was not anything. The science behind why ego death feels like you're dying is really interesting. I mean, if that's true, you really truly have nothing to fear from death. Ego death was at the same time exhilarating and the most calming, centering thing that's ever happened to me. And it's happened 3 times, I think, in my life. 2 times that I'm absolutely positive of. No. Sorry, Shrunken Presence. I experience ego death every day. I'm nothing. That's called depression. Ego death is the death of your own existence. It is the removal of your conscious existence from your physical fucking experience. That's not what you experience every day when you wake up and cry and say that you're nothing. That's depression. All the best from the UK. Positivity only. Positivity only. Okay, cool. I wish I could hold to that, but we keep it pretty positive around here. Thanks, Danny McKenna. Appreciate the smiles from all the way across the fucking world. That's nice. Isn't that cool? We can all share a little bit of a smile across the planet. That's pretty neat. I like it. It makes me happy somehow. I'll take it. I live in the UK. Cool. Through a wire in the ocean. I know. Or a satellite. Depending. When I pan around my dead body getting teabagged in Halo, is that like ego death? It's ego death for Master Chief, yeah. Spreading the love. Cool. There needs to be more people doing that in the world, I think. Fuck Joe Biden? Yeah, dude. Fuck Joe Biden. He's a piece of shit. Vampire, corporatist, fucking nightmare of a human being. Half-dead fucking loser. I'm a leftist, not a Joe Biden voter. You'll learn there's a fucking huge difference. You talk to me for a little while, you'll learn there's a difference between a labor leftist and a Joe Biden simp, okay? Fuck Joe Biden. Now, you may hate this, but fuck Donald dumping the pants, too. He's a fucking idiot, too. Are you racist? Fuck no. Anti-racist, anti-apartheid, anti-fascist, anti-authoritarian, leftist. Labor leftist. I'm for the working person. No matter what fucking color they are, or where they're from, or what they believe, right? Doing a vote of protest, uncommitted. You don't hear a whole lot of labor leftism in modern kind of like political discourse, especially not online discourse. So I think a lot of people will jump in here thinking I'm gonna fucking make a Joe Biden argument. Fuck Joe Biden. Vote for that, never. Under no circumstances would I ever vote for that. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Gotta stretch. My posture is horrible. This is the most uncomfortable I've ever been. And I don't even really think my posture is even great right now. Shoulders need to go back. Stomach needs to be like held in a little bit, right? Engaged in the core. Head probably needs to be shifted back too, like that. Chin up a little. Anyway, I'm gonna end this before I die of back pain. I'm gonna go and take care of that, stretch, and do what I need to do. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.